my channel. I'm your brand Guruji Harshad Jagirdar, and I'm so glad that you're watching this video. I'm going to talk about entrepreneurs who wish to start with a product-based company. So the first point when you start a product-based company is that you need to do some market research before you jump to a conclusion that you have thought of an amazing product. Lot of entrepreneurs with an enthusiasm, they start with a concept and then later on they find out that that particular concept is already there and a very large company is making it at a peanut price. Well, you can Google it these days, but then I'll tell you what Google shows and what is the market condition. Both are different. So what Google gives you is the information, the options. What you will gain is the knowledge about the ground reality. So there's a difference between information and knowledge. Google gives you information and it also gives you options of different experiences of different experts like what I am giving you right now. But what is really important for you to gain is an experience. So you do your research, do your market research first of all. Secondly, what you need to do is create a proof of concept. Now the research part is important while you're creating a proof of concept, and when I'm talking about proof of concept, I'm necessarily talking about a document. There are a lot of different versions of definition of proof of concept. I am referring to only documentation part of it, because the third point will be prototyping. So proof of concept and prototyping are two different things for this video. So your market research the first step should be of gathering the information on who is available in the market with a similar product. If it is not, if your product is new, ask questions about how people would feel about using your product, your technology, your type of solution, and whether they will get benefited out of it. What is the price point at which they are looking at? If there are already existing clients, brands of similar type of products, then try to find out whether what kind of price point are they selling at, and so on and so forth. Gather all this information in the first stage. Use this information with the proof of concept in your documentation. So second step is proof of concept. Create a solid document where you are putting the diagrams, the 3D models. I'm not talking about the secrecy about your product, but the basic 3D model, the schematics, your USPs, advantages over competition, and then use that research data with the proof of concept. Create that concept that is going to be helpful for you in getting money from a banker or an investor, or you can invest it yourself if you have money. But then if you don't have that, then this document will be very useful for you. Now the third step is you need to build a prototype. Now building a prototype is far more easier these days. I'll tell you, getting into entrepreneurship is easier than it was back in 1995 or 1990 or before that, because prototyping was a very, very difficult stage for an individual to actually get through and then try. But these days you can have a functional model of your product using 3D printing, or you can have just a model, a mock-up of how the product looks. So this is very important. Use 3D printing, create a mock-up. It makes sense, because then if it is a functional product, then people like it. People like to see and understand how it works, what are the really advantages over the competitors, and they'll give you a feedback. And then the fourth step is to actually do the test marketing. See how the product is actually interacting with your target audience. See that. Now a lot of time building a prototype is not possible. So in the third stage, where I have told you to create a prototype, you can actually build a 3D model or possibly a 3D animation, or a document where it actually shows how the product works, and then it creates a storyboard for people to understand what you actually wish to do with their money. So do that, and then create a prototype if it's possible. If it's a food product, then it's very easy because you can actually have the food product ready. But please bear in mind that even creating a food product is difficult. I've worked with a lot of food companies, and you need a nutritionist, you need a dietitian, you need a food technologist. There are n number of things which are involved when you're creating a food product. People think it's easy. You can just make it in a kitchen. It's not the thing. When you try to bring that food product from the kitchen to the consumer market, there are n number of laws and legalities. Food and drug license is there, and the nutritional values are there. A lot of things are involved when you are even bringing a food product into the market. So prototyping a food product is also difficult. It is not easy, but comparatively it is easier than a technology product, because technology product, it takes huge amount of other machines and equipment to actually create that product. And a lot of times I've seen that you have to actually entirely scrap that concept and build it from scratch again. That is what I've done with my earlier client, and they ended up actually creating 14 different prototypes, but they finally were very successful, and they actually sold a lot of machines to the end customers which they were targeting at. So anyways, so one is research, second is proof of concept, third is prototyping, and the fourth is the test marketing. You do the test marketing of your prototype, and that's going to take you miles ahead of your entire development. It's going to take you closer to your objective, to finding a banker or an investor, private investor, to fund your project. If you don't want, ideally I'll tell you, don't go in for a banker or an investor. You can fund it yourself. The trick is to actually create the first product and get your first order. That's the trick. That is what I have done in my earlier days when I started my company. I got my first order from Mahindra & Mahindra, which is a very large company in India. When I started my company back in 2002, I started that company like that. So if you wish to start your company, you can actually prototype, create a proof of concept. You can show it to your end client, the consumer who wish to use it. So my point is that all these 4 steps will help you to even bag your first customer. Always remember, even for a software product, nowadays it's very easy. You can create, you don't require Photoshop, you don't require any designing tools. There are ready-made responsive UI tools where you can create the user interface and create a software product as if it is a functional product. So you can use that tool and then create a prototype of your software product. You can demonstrate it, get your first order, and that is how you can roll. And when you have all these 4 things which I told you along with your first work order, then even bank is ready to fund you for your company to roll with your overheads. Well, I hope this video was useful for you, and I'll keep on posting more videos. And don't forget to subscribe my channel, click on the like button, and when you subscribe, do click on the bell icon, because then you will keep on getting updates whenever I upload my videos. So till then, see you my friends. Bye bye. Thank you.